As it relates to criminal charges being filed against a person, I think it is inarguable that one of the most harsh charges for someone to be charged with is murder. And it's unimaginable. It's greater than shoplifting, greater than robbery, greater than any of that stuff. When you're being charged with murder, but taking the life of someone else. Homicide has a few rungs to it. There's negligent homicide, there's manslaughter, there's murder where you start getting into intent being there and other things. And it's important that you have a good attorney that understands how to navigate through the processes of a murder charge, particularly here in Arizona, because there are certain provisions here in Arizona, like the difference between murder two and manslaughter. If certain things are not found, they may not be able to convict you of murder two, but they can convict you of manslaughter if they're not successful on murder two. The issue of self-defense comes up here. One of the things in Arizona law is that if you can forge a successful defense of self-defense as a justification to a murder or anything like that, that the prosecution now has the burden to prove that you were not acting in self-defense as it relates to that. And they have to prove that beyond a reasonable doubt, just like they have to prove the rest of the case. And so you're going to be very selective of selecting a attorney to deal with your murder cases. As it relates to capital murder, particularly in Arizona, our criminal code actually limits the number of attorneys that can practice in capital murder cases, where you could be charged with death. You or your family member can be charged with, or could be sentenced, I should say, to death. And so you be very careful. Search out there. There are criminal experts out there, criminal law experts. There's some folks that are not experts, but that are very handy in dealing with it. Murder cases, because they're very complex, and you have to deal with things and mental health statuses and other things, family history, and how the incident happened, and dealing with volumes and volumes of evidence to get the best possible outcome for someone that is charged with murder. And so just because the homicide has been committed doesn't mean that the person is guilty of murder. You need to talk with a skilled attorney that can sit with you, go over the facts of your case, and develop a plan to present an adequate defense for you.